بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and singing the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, upon his family, upon his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day, to proceed, ikhwan. فاللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن نفس لا تشبع ومن دعاء لا يسمع. Verily, Allah, we take refuge with you from knowledge there is no benefit, from a heart there is no fear, and from a soul there has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, فنواصل معكم في هذا اليوم المبارك عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue in this blessed and noble day of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من اللغة العربية, as we continue to learn and extract benefit and learn collectively from the science of the Arabic language. فلأصحاب الكتب وصلنا إلى صفحة 55. So for all those that have the book, we have arrived at page number 55. طيب, وقبل ذلك نأخذ شيئا ما من المراجعة. So before that, we'll have a slight Allah. الشاشة موجودة يا إخوان؟
نعم موجودة.
الله أكبر. In a children's class this morning, they wasn't allowing me to share the screen. No. طيب, فكنا في سورة الفيل. So we're in the chapter of the fil. فما هو ترجمة أرسل? So what is the translation of أرسل?
To ask.
Not to ask. Close. أرسل.
To sin.
Hey, to sin. No. To ask. سأل. To sin, or he sent. No. طيب, وكذلك جعل. What does it mean, جعل?
To make.
Hey, أحسنتي. To make. Or he made. No. طيب. طيرا أبابيل. What does it mean, طيرا أبابيل?
Maybe all together. The birds all together.
Birds together, collectively? No. أبابيل. جماعة أو جماعات من الطيور. Birds together, collectively. So it says جماعات من الطيور, a collection of birds, group of birds. Ababil. It doesn't have to be a thing. It could be animals. It could be people. Alhamdulillah. Jama'at, collection. a group, flocks. You can have a flock of people, a group of people, collection of people. No. من الطيور. أحسنت. طيب قال فجعلهم كعصف. كلمة الكاف, the word or the letter. أي نوع? What type of word? What type of letter? Or what type of word is this kaf? It's a letter. جميلا. We learned this kaf here يا إخوان. تعلمنا هو حرف جار وهي حرف جار. It's a preposition. صح؟ حرف جار وحرف تشبيه. حرف التشبيه. It's a particle of showing resemblance. حرف جار. Particle of similarity or likening. No. So it's a preposition. It's also a particle of likening. نقول مثلا, you say for example, علي كأبيه. علي كأبيه. You say in the Arabic, علي كأبيه. علي resembles, is like كأبيه. علي كأبيه. Ali is like or resembles his father. Aliyun ka'abihi. Ali is like his Abi. No. طيب كلمة عصف. عصف. The word عصف. فجعلهم كعصف. Allah made them كعصف. What is the word عصف? عصف by itself is عصف. ما هو المقصود؟ like a ماذا؟
Stick.
Are you saying stick or thick?
Sticks.
Close to sticks.
Yeah.
Like ورقة أو ورق الشجر. A little smaller, similar to sticks, like the leaves of a tree. No. He says ورق الشجر. ورق الشجر. So close to sticks, like the leaves that are on the branches. ورق الشجر. طيب. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. التدريبات exercises. التدريب الأول أكمل كما في النموذج. Complete as it comes in the example. هدم العامل البيت. The worker destroyed the house. ألم تر كيف هدم العامل البيت. So we're going to add the phrase. So he says, ألم تر كيف هدم. Have you not seen how the worker destroyed the house? So we have between the brackets طار الطير. So we're going to add a phrase. We're going to add a phrase to the sentence, and the phrase they want us to add is ألم تر كيف. Have you seen, or have you not seen? Alam and the negative. So we're going to add this phrase. We're going to practice using phrases of the Quran. And remember يا إخوان, هذا من أحسن كيفية تعليم العبد العربية أن تتعلمها من القرآن والسنة. القرآن والسنة. Remember يا إخوان, that's from the best ways to learn Arabic. Although we're kind of, we may refer to hadith and ayat from time to time, but we're using another program. The best way is that you learn the Arabic language min al-Qur'ani wa sunnah. This is the best way. You learn the surah, you go back and learn what is Allah saying. You start deriving grammatical terms like that. For example, it's very, mashallah, productive to learn the Arabic language from the Quran and Sunnah. It's the best way. It's why it's humbling that a person knows a surah but doesn't know the nouns, the verbs that are derived in a surah. That shows we're not really focusing on what's being said. Especially in the West, we primarily focus on how the person is saying it. The tajweed, which is tremendous, but it's not the goal. It's a science of tilawa, recitation, yes. It's worship also, yes. But sometimes we over stress the tajweed and we don't give as much emphasis on the meaning of what's being mentioned. But to learn the Quran, learn the Arabic language through the Quran and Sunnah is the best. So we're going to add the phrase Alam tara. Kayfa. We're going to practice this phrase. And it's eloquent, ya ikhwan. And everything that we learn, كل شيء تعلمناه من الفصحى. والحمد لله. لا نعلم العامية أبدا. والحمد لله. And everything that we learn, as one brother asked, why don't you speak the slang? Why don't you teach the slang? It's easier. Yes, it's easier, but there's no benefit technically. Outside of the streets, outside of the being in the marketplace, learning how to argue in Arabic, in the slang, like that. So we try to teach the Fusha. So we're going to learn the phrase Alam Tara Kayfa. And then we're going to add whatever they have in the brackets. So this is our phrase. Alam Tara, have you not seen? Kayfa, how? Have you not seen how? They're asking about the how in the negative form. Have you not seen? Some scholars of eloquence, they say it's eloquent to ask a sentence in the negative. Your wife is irking your soul. The brother's irking your soul. For the women, it can go both ways, ikhwan. We try to give examples for the men, examples for the women. طيب. and you say something in the negative, have you not seen, say you're talking to a woman. This is for someone that has some taqwa of Allah, some iman billah. If the wife doesn't have no iman, no taqwa, it's not going to benefit her. But you say, Alam yadhkur nabiyyu alayhi salatu wasalama anna nisa'a akthar min ahli an-nar. If she has some iman, this is going to humble her. You say, hasn't or did not the Messenger of Allah mention that the women are the majority of the hellfire? But saying it like that, in a negative form. If she has some iman, many scholars say, asking in the negative, it has benefit. Do you not know? As opposed to saying, do you know? Saying in the negative. Like Allah says here, Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. Have you not seen what your Lord did with the inhabitants or the companions of the elephant? So we're going to add this phrase, Alam tara kayfa, with the brackets, or what's between the brackets. Tara at-tayru, how the bird flew. Mashal filu, how the elephant walked. And you can also add after that. As you remember, we don't have to say the same verbatim thing. Here they says tayra tayru, how the bird flew. You can add to that, practice your vocab. One of our brothers may want to add, and he says, for example, this is my sentence. He says, Alam, this should be Alam tara kayfa, and then you bring the brackets. What did it say? Tara at-tayru fis-sama. So they didn't add fis-sama. I added that. That's fine. So practice your vocabulary. You can be slightly different in practice. Alam tara kayfa tara tayru fis-sama. No, you can say that. Have you not seen how the bird flies in the sky? So you're giving an example of wisdom. That'll be a nice sentence. Have you not seen how the bird flies in the sky? Say you're talking about tawakkul ala Allah. That'll be a good one. Placing one's trust upon Allah. You give the analogy. Do you not see how the bird flies in the sky? He has tremendous dependence on Allah. No. Have you not seen how the bird flies in the sky? No. But you can add after the brackets also, ya ikhwan. There's no wrong or right answer. Inshallah, we're just going to look at grammatically how you structure the sentence. But yes, practice your vocabulary. What's the benefit of us learning the vocab? All this vocab we have, alhamdulillah, but we don't utilize it. No. There's no benefit, ya ikhwan. طيب من الأول who wants to be first يا إخوان؟ طار الطير, how the bird flies. سكينة تفضلي.
ألم تر كيف طار الطير
نعم, add to it. أضيفي إليها.
ألم تر كيف طار الطير في الأرض.
طيب جميلا. طيب, our sister, she says, that's a good one grammatically. One error rationally, logically, grammatically correct. She says, Alam tara kayfa طايرة أو طارة عفوا الطير. Now remember, طارة means to fly. So grammatically, your sentence is correct, grammatically. But if you say tara fil ard, now it's a mistake rationally. If you say alam tara, have you not seen how the bird flies? And then you say on the earth, and grammatically your sentence is correct. But the bird wouldn't fly fil ard, on the earth. But you would change that part. Give me another ending of your sentence. Have you not seen how the bird flies? Give me somewhere else the bird flies.
I don't know. I just only think of Fisherman, but you
لا
already
بأس.
used that one.
لا بأس. You can add to that also. في السماء كطائرة. في السماء أو أعلى في السماء. High in the sky. على فوق. Use some other prepositions. ظرف زمان. ظرف مكان. Above. Above the people. طار الطير. You can say this. طار الطير فوق الناس. That'd be a good one. Have you not seen how the bird flies above the people? No. I love these type of drills, ya ikhwan, because it makes you think. Sometimes just reading, you're not really thinking. You're thinking, what's the meaning? And you may be thinking grammatically, but you're not really thinking what to say. So these drills here are awesome for that. It helps you bring out the vocab that you have deep down. طيب عالية فضلي مشى الفيل. The elephant walked.
ألم تر كيف مشى الفيل على الأرض.
MashaAllah, جميلا. You can say that. Our sister says, Alam tara kayfa. This should be a yeah. Kayfa masha al-filu ala al-ard. Jamilan. You can say that. Have you not seen how the elephant walked upon the earth? The earth? No, you can say that. Alam tara kayfa. This should be a yeah. Masha الفيل على الأرض. طيب أبا زبير تفضل. Yours will be أخوان. سار الجيش. سار. طيب. سار means to travel. proceed. سار يسير. سار الجيش. The army traveled.
ألم ترى كيف سار الجيش في المطار.
MashaAllah, you can say that. جميلا. Now remember, there's no wrong answers, ya ikhwan. We just look at how you structure them grammatically. They're going to come from you. No one can say what you're thinking is wrong or how you feel is wrong, but it may not be correct. But if it's your feeling, it's from you. Bring the words from yourself. Alhamdulillah. Alam tara kayfa sara al-jayshu fil Alhamdulillah. Fil matar. Have you not seen how the army traveled, proceeded throughout the airport? Alhamdulillah. That's a beautiful sentence. You could say that. الجيش في المطار. طيب التي بعدها. Next sentence. امسكينا. رمى الرجل الحجارة. The man threw the rock. The man threw the rock. How would you add to that?
ألم تر كيف رمى الرجل الحجارة على الكوكب.
ما شاء الله جميلا. كده ألم ترى كيف لا بأس ألم ترى كيف رمى where's my meme يا إخوان ورمى ليش بيا ورمى الرجل الحجارة. You said على the last word
على الكوكب.
على خوض. نعم جميلا. طيب الحجارة is the مفرد of حجر. حجارة is a singular. In our surah we had حجر which is the plural. Alhamdulillah. أحسنتي. الرجل الحجارة على الخوض. جميلا. طيب why is الحجارة حجارة وليس حجارة? Why is it منصوب and not مرفوع? الحجارة grammatically
مفعول به.
أحسنت because it's the مفعول به. جميلا ما شاء الله يا إخوان. So it's حجارة. It's what the man threw. So it's حجارة منصوب because it's the مفعول به.
I have a question.
نعم تفضلي.
What does خوض mean? Because I said the cow, but like the dog.
Oh, I thought you said it with a kha. The khawd. I actually just tried to spell what I thought you said. If you say the kalb with a kaf, to me it sounds like you were saying kha. You know what the speakers is. Sometimes you can't get every actual letter. Al kalbi will be the dog. No. Al khawd. I was just trying to write a word that I thought my sister was saying. No. But actually, I don't have the meaning of al khawd. I just thought that's what you said. So al kalbi. So the hijara is the maf'ul bi. طيب على الكلب. Why is it كلبي بدل من كلبو? Why is the كلب مجرور? Because it's a مجرور. أحسنتي. طيب whose turn? عالية. الرجل. Why is it مرفوع وليس منصوب? Why is it nominative and not acute? It's the fa'il. أحسنت ما شاء الله جميل. Perhaps you guys do study. May Allah bless you all. Allahu Akbar. طيب دور من? Whose turn? مات الولد. رحمه الله. The boy died. The boy died. Whose turn?
ألم ترى كيف مات الولد مات الولد قلب.
MashaAllah. Accent. So you could say that. ألم ترى كيف مات الولد غدا. I hear grammatically correct, but logically a small error. Remember, غدا means what? ألم. Accent. ألم ترى. أين. So change your غدا.
الليل.
No, you could say that accent. الليل. جميلا. That'll be better.
Word too.
Huh?
From the meaning of that word too.
تفضل.
It means to get involved in something.
Ah, mashallah. To get involved in. Jamilan. No. So, alam tara kayfa mata al-walidu. Remember, mata, not every time you use the madi, it means the past. But most times, it does. There's some examples in the Arabic language, mashallah, that are filled up in the Quran and Sunnah, in which Allah mentions the past, or the past is mentioned, and it doesn't mean the past. خاصة إذا يتعلق بالله, especially when it's connected to Allah. It may be in the past, but not restricted. And it can be in the past, and it may not be in the past. It depends. So, for example, you hear in the hadith a lot, رضي الله عنه. Technically, this is the past. When you look at it, رضي الله عنه. رضي is the past tense of رضا, to be pleased with. But the meaning is not in the past. Even if the one you're talking about is in the past. You mention a companion, you wouldn't say, may Allah be pleased with him then. No, you make it general. May Allah be pleased with him. Generally. Although the Madi is mentioned, yes. But not every time you see the Madi is referring to the past. It depends on the actual meaning. Especially sometimes with Allah, you see, وَكَانَ اللَّهُ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا, for example. It's the past. Kana is the past. Yes. But some people, they translate, they say, no, that's the past tense. So I say in the past tense, not all the time. Depends. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا. And Allah was forgiven? No. Here is in the Madi? Yes. But the meaning is not in the Madi. The meaning is yakunu. And Allah is forgiving. That's why the meaning is far more understood than just saying something. In our city, especially in Philly, many of the brothers and sisters, they quote. MashaAllah, many of the sisters can quote. Many of the brothers can quote. But you ask them, what does that mean? One brother says, oh, we can't take from such and such because he befriends the innovators. So, okay, who's the innovators that he befriends? I don't know. I just heard someone say it. What's their innovation? I don't know. I don't even know who they are. Have you seen them befriend him? Or him befriend them? No. So they quote, that statement is correct. You don't befriend the innovator. But befriending has a meaning. One time, I came out of Jami'ah, and a brother says, see, I told you we can't take from Abu Abdullah. He prayed in Jami'ah. You say, Akhi, it's a masjid. It's a house of Allah. It's a masjid. From our methodology from Ahl Sunnah, يجوز أن يصلي العبد في أي مسجد ما. It's a principle in our religion. If the place is considered to be a masjid, you can pray there. You may not pray there, and that's fine. That's between you and your Lord. But you can't condemn someone for praying somewhere. That's allowed. One phrase that we hear a lot, especially in our city, the people they say, حياك الله. حياك الله. Tremendous dua. حياك الله. Every Muslim in Philly says this. Alhamdulillah. One brother says, hey, when everyone left, after he said it, hey, what does that mean? I said, what does what mean? That's that phrase I just said to you. I said, you said it. He said, yes, but I never learned the meaning of it. So he said, why are you saying something you don't know what it means? You could have been cursing someone, for all you know. So it's tremendous to know what you're saying. It makes your heart become more at ease when you have an idea of what's being said. Look at all those surah that you recite if you don't know the meaning of them. And then look at it when you know the meaning of it. When you pray with that surah, that you know what it means. MashaAllah. Hayak Allah. May Allah grant or give you life. No. Allah. May Allah teach us all. نسأل الله تعالى أن يعلمنا جميعا. We ask Allah that He teaches all of us. طائع أورمن أستاذ أزال العامل السكنة. Remember, azala means to destroy. Azala means to destroy. The worker destroyed the place, the home, the dwelling. So Ustaz Alia, تفضلي.
ألم تر كيف أزال العمال السكنة.
أزال العامل.
ألم تر كيف أزال العامل السكنة يوم السبت.
MashaAllah, Jamila, you can say that. Have you not seen how the worker destroyed the house on Saturday? Saturday that passed in the past. Now, Alam Tara Kaifa Azala العامل السكنة يوم السبت. Jamila, have you not seen in the past how the worker destroyed the house? Maybe he's junkie, like me. السبت. No. Have you not seen how the worker destroyed the house or the home on Saturday? But azala means to destroy, to do away with. طيب التي بعدها التدريب الثاني, exercise number 2. This is another thinking one, but not like when you have to derive the words yourself. Here the words are there. You just have to connect them. املأ الفراغات, complete or fill out the blanks. طيب على جنب, we have a list of words on the side. هذه, the feminine this. كبير, the masculine large or big. الحجارة, the rock, the stone, but it's in the accusative, so it's connected to a verb. ألقت, feminine, she threw or it threw. طين, مجرور, clay, but in the genitive. ورقة, looks like it's a mudaf, leaves or leaf. Kaida, a plot or plan. Then it's two more. Yahdimu, he is destroying or it destroys. Al-ma'kula is eaten. It is also mansub. So we have 9 sentences, 9 words. علينا أن نكمل الجمل باختيار كلمة أو باختيار كلمة من الكلمات. We have to complete the sentences by choosing a word from the words. تفضل أبا زبير. الأولى number 1.
هذا جيش.
نعم.
هذا جيش كبير.
جميلا. You can say that. هذا جيش كبير. This is a large army. MashaAllah. This is a large army. Number 2. تفضلي سكينة. اقرأي.
هذه منازل قبيحة.
MashaAllah. جميلا. هذه مناظر قبيحة. مناظر is the jami' of mandar. Mandar is something that you see, that is seen. You have nadara, afwan, nadara, nadara, to see, to look. And then you have the mandar, the mandar. Something that is seen. Mandar. Whatever you're looking at, be the mandar. It could be a view. Whatever you're looking at is the mandar, the scene, the scenery. You go to the park, inshallah. The plural is manadir. Manadir. Or manadir. No. Manadir. The view, the scene, in the plural. So as our sister says, هذه, because manadir is plural. We'll give you a benefit يا إخوان. فائدة إن شاء الله تتعلق بالعربية, that's connected to the Arabic language. إذا الجمع تكون غير متعلقة بالروح فهي مؤنث. And this benefit is, if something is in the plural but is not connected to having a soul, then it's feminine. Or if it's an animal. Animals have souls, but they don't have free will. If it's something that's connected to not having a soul, but it's in the plural, then it's feminine. So if you ever get stuck and the thing is in the plural, you say مثلا كرسي. طيب, give it easy one. سيارة. سيارة. That's feminine already. طيب. Give me a word that's masculine in the singular. طيب. بيت, the plural. بيوت. طيب. بيت, a house. بيوت, houses. Some people think since bait is masculine, then the plural is also masculine. The mufrad is masculine. Baytun. That's masculine, the singular. لكن الجمع مؤنث, but the plural is feminine because it's in the plural and it's not connected to having a soul. So here you would say هذه بيوت and not هذا بيوت. No. Here you would say هذه بيوت. These or these houses in English, or these are houses. Right? If you were to say masjidun, mosque, الجمع مساجد. Same principle. The mufrad masjid is مذكر, is masculine. The plural, but the jama', the plural is not masculine. It's a plural and it's not connected to a soul. So you wouldn't say هذا المساجد. No. You would say هذه, the end, المساجد, because masajid is plural and it's not connected to having a soul. So anytime you get stuck, ya ikhwan, if the thing is a plural, if it's an animal or it's not connected to a soul, then the thing is feminine. أين أنت? The masjid has a kasra. المساجد. Where do I have it? عفوا. مسجد. أحسنتي. جميلا. مسجد. اللي should be ضمة تنوين. مسجد. صحيح. أحسنتي. مساجد. No. Right? So our sister says هذه, and that's correct because manal there is plural, so it's feminine because it's not connected to having a soul. So these views are qabiha, ugly. MashaAllah. The opposite of beautiful. No. طيب تفضلي. whose turn? عالية. Number 3.
الحجارة على الناس.
ما شاء الله. ألقى الطير على blink. جميلا. Number 3. الحجارة. The bird threw الحجارة, the rock, the boulder, upon the people. أحسنت. أبا زبير. الرابعة. Number 4. لا بأس.
What's the word on the other page?
On the other page, يهدم and المأكولة. يهدم is he's destroying or destroys.
هذا بيت من طين.
ما شاء الله. هذا بيت من طين. جميلا. This house is from طين, clay. It can also be mud. Now, you can also say طين. In the Muslim country, they make their bricks. Say طين. The طين can also be mud. No. Be clay. It can also be mud. They take their mud, the dirt, and they make it muddy, and they fashion into a brick, and they let it sit for days. And mashallah, it gets as hard as a brick. And that's how they make their houses. No. So number 4 was هذا بيت من طين. This house is from طين. MashaAllah. It's from mud or clay. Whose turn? الخامسة, number 5. سكينة. تفضلي. This was on the next page. No. MashaAllah. Jamila. المأكولة. You're right. You're correct. والشرابة. تناولنا المأكولة. So this one is going to go to the next page. جميلا. تناولنا المأكولة والشرابة. We had, or we ate, we partaked, we consumed المأكولة, the food, والشرابة, and the drink. جميلا. مأكول is something that was eaten, which could be food, snack, candy, whatever you can eat. You can call it المأكول. ما شاء الله. This should be أكف. المأكول. Anything that you can eat can be مأكول. It can also be food. You can say أين المأكول. You can say that in the Arabic language. Where's the food? Something that you eat. No. Ahsanti. So she says, تناولنا المأكولة والشرابة. So we have consumed, we have partaked, we have eaten the مأكول, the food, والشراب, and the drink. Number 6. آلية تفضلي.
جاء الجيش ليهدم السكن.
ما شاء الله. جاء الجيش ليهدم. This one also goes on this page. ليهدم. The army came, approached, ليهدم, in order to destroy السكن, the house. This li is the harf ta'leel. This li, I think we learned that before, ya ikhwan. This lam, if you say li yahdima, should we have it? Li yahdima. This is the li lets you know why. Li yahdima. So this lam here is not a harf jar. There are different types of lam. What's a proof this is not a harf jar? Arsent. And it's connected to a verb. It's connected to a verb. Sorry, 1 second.